Do you know that?
He's just about to give me a warning when it's live. I really need to start doing that. But listen, we are live, as Benjamin say. I'm in live. That's it. I almost forgot. Listen, first and foremost, just want to say, man is still buzzing. Manchester United go to Paris and conquer again. There's all those memes on Twitter. The stadium, the owner, Parc des Princes Stadium owner, Marcus MBE Rashford owns that stadium. Man has done it twice. Late goal, late winner once again for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United team. Absolutely buzzing. Listen, just want to say, first and foremost, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and show love to the boys. We've got two of the young guns on here. We've already got some love for Abid in the chat. Probably Abid on his burner account saying, go on, Abid. It's Harris. Harris is straight in there. Harris, if you got any questions, brother, get yourself in the comment section and ask the boys what you want to ask. Anyways, boys, how we doing?
Yeah, we're very happy.
Yes, love to see it. Listen, Az, I'm going to start with you because obviously we did the preview together and you was championing Fred to the ends, brother. You was fully championing Fred. And for me, obviously, for me personally, I gave Fred my man of the match. How are you feeling after yesterday's performance and, of course, his individual performance in particular?
Right, obviously, yesterday I was really, really gassed when that second goal went in. But it was a bit surreal when we went, because this is PSG at the end of the day, and we haven't been on top form recently. But yeah, I did back Fred, and I backed a 2-1 win, and it looked like both of them came out positive. Yeah, man, Manchester United played well. PSG got owned. I'm just gonna boast because you know what, my confidence is high. It is high for the next game that we have, but we can't just lose our heads saying yeah, beat PSG, we're invincible. We're not. We've got to just keep our heads in the game, be realistic, and just stick to the system what Oli gives us. Today, Oli was just he did everything that we needed him to do. Bruno was captain. Everyone was flaring around the pitches today. Tellez, Fred, McTominay, Twanzebe, who could actually be an option for our centre backs now. Young, but he could be an option for our centre backs. He was immense yesterday. Immense.
Yeah. Twanzebe was sensational. We will come on to the centre back partnership shortly, but listen, I completely agree with you in terms of I'm absolutely buzzing first and foremost. But just regarding Fred, man, the guy was just. He was just tenacious. Every blade of grass. Man was on Neymar. Neymar megged him early in the game as well. Like, violated him. But then a couple of seconds later, Neymar dropped his shoulder, went past him again. And I thought, this is going to be a long day. Neymar was trying it, to be fair. So they did well, man, to contain sort of his ilk as well and his ability. But Abdul, brother, we talk about Manchester United all the time at work, man. Listen, how are you feeling? 2-1 winners again. I think it might be 3-1 last time, actually. 2-1 this time, going Parc des Princes again. As I've already said, Rashford's home. What are your thoughts, man?
Do you know what the thing is? It's just one of them ones when all the Arsenal fans are piping up, all the Chelsea fans are piping up, all the City fans are piping up. Did they win yesterday? Did they play it yesterday and beat the best attack in the world? Arguably the best attack in the world. They didn't. Did their centre back, who's been out for one whole year, did they have Mbappe and Neymar in their back pocket? No, they didn't. It's the fact that we won against Brighton, but we got lucky. We shouldn't be winning that game. We won yesterday, and we look like the team we were a decade ago when we were actually ruling Europe. That's why it's so good, because it's so good to see the boys play like that. He has to stick with that formation now as well because it's working. So why would he not stick with that formation? He's got three good centre. Shaw, Tuanzebe are both fast, quick. Maguire will sit in the middle. He will. It's just inevitable. And then he's got Tellez, who's attacking well, and he's got Wan-Bissaka, who's going to get past him? No one. Let's be honest, no one's going to get past him.
Mbappe had to swap wings, man. Mbappe swapped wings because he pocketed him. That is a testament, if anything, man. One of the probably the best player of his. He is the best player in the world at his age group, without a shadow of a doubt. So unbelievable. No, you just mentioned regarding the formation, right? So you said you keep the same formation. For me personally, obviously I've done a whole video on this. Pardon me. I've done a whole video on this. 3-5-2/4 diamond, which Ali did swap to when Pogba came on. I do like the formation, but it does depend on the opposition for me. Against Chelsea, and also, yes, granted, we can definitely keep a similar formation. But Ad, what are your thoughts, bro, on the formation, the system? Do you think that is what we need to do moving forward, or what do you reckon?
You know what? I can see where a bid is coming from. I think it's a really good call to stick with that formation. But
Yeah.
if we do that, then some of the opposing teams will look at us like, oh shit, yeah, they're probably scared of us because they're putting a defensive formation. Then they're just gonna go full out attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the opposing team could be like, oh yeah, they're defending too. Why not go and attack today? Or why not? Why don't we stay back? Because listen, if we go up against next time we go up against Tottenham, if we use that formation, that's gonna be either a hard loss or a close win for us because
Yeah.
I just look at that. Mourinho likes to sit back sometimes. And obviously, he's not really feeling scared against us after the 6-1 win for Tottenham. And I feel like with that system, we can do stuff, we can win games, and we can put out our best players. It's proven yesterday, it's proven a lot of the players that need to stick in the positions that they're in right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Fred needs to play. Fred needs to play. Yes, his passing isn't as good as Matic, but it's solid. I can see what he's trying to do. Like the passing is just flowing. Like as soon as he passes, I'm kind of like, oh shit, that was neat. But the players are not the problem. It's the formation right now. Now we have all the players sorted. Just the formation that lies in the midst of a little bit of struggle. Like we need to pick the right formation for certain games. Like you said, yes, we can use that formation in some games, but we need to go back and think about the attacking ones as well because that is kind of defensive, but we did use it as an attacking formation. And as soon as Pogba came on, yeah, we did switch it up a little bit, and I like that. I was kind of thinking in my head, why can't we play that formation in the first half?
Yeah, that's what
Feel
I was
out,
thinking as well.
feel out the attack of the opposing team, and then go put on Pogba or someone else like that, and then switch it up after the 70th minute. That's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
no, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying in terms of. I've actually gone down for the diamond. Like for me personally, the diamond works perfectly. Yes, it does offer opportunities for the opposition to potentially hurt us, but there's so much flexibility with the diamond. You saw Pogba, and when Pogba came on, in particular, we moved to a 4-3-1-2, with them playing as a three behind Bruno in moments when we did have the ball, and so it has a lot of variety for me personally. So I do think that is a way forward, especially against the lesser teams, because we want the best players on the pitch. You know, you could argue take McTominay out of the team, put Van de Beek right centre mid, put Fred in the bottom of the diamonds, obviously covering the back four, because I don't think McTominay and Fred need to play every single game. But just before we go into that, just got a few questions from the people in the chat. Quite a lot regarding Tellez. First and foremost, before we get onto that, the homie Bits and Bobs. Evening, gents. Evening, my brother. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for the preview for the Insta page. You're absolute ledge. Sammy or Harris has asked the same question 3 times, so I'm gonna put it to you guys. What are your thoughts on Tellez's performance? For me personally, right, I know this will sound really stupid to rival fans, but every Manchester United fan will know what I'm saying here. It's just nice to have someone who can cross a bloody ball. Like somebody who can just put the ball in from a corner, right? Just anything, just something. That is the most basic thing that we're asking for. And we won 3. McTominay won 3 headers, and a lot of United fans were saying it on Twitter last night, and I was saying on the watch along as well. I'm just waiting for Maguire to get on the end of that, because if you're getting on Maguire's head, there's an opportunity he might actually score some goals, because McTominay's not really known for obviously his heading ability. To be fair, I did get one that deflected off one of the players, and it just went wide. That looked like it was going in, to be fair, so it was a bit unfortunate on that. But in general, I thought Tellez, you've got to remember the opposition is against. Di Maria is quality. I hate Di Maria. I've forgotten. I don't really refer to his name. Snake quality. He's a quality player. I absolutely hate the guy, but you know he did well against him. Like he didn't really have any issues in general. We've got Let's Talk United, who was on the preview saying Tellez to Cavani. That's exactly what I was thinking when you played one in. I think Martial won the header. It was sandwiched between 2 centre backs. I was thinking if that's Cavani, he might have scored that, to be fair. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I think it was a very solid performance. Didn't really put a foot wrong in terms of defence. Abid, what are your thoughts on Tellez?
Forget Tellez to Cavani, Tellez to my fancy Premier League team. How about that? That's what I'm doing. I don't know about you lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, to be fair.
He's going straight in. We've missed that kind of player for so long. I know this is probably a bad comparison, but realistically, I'm thinking fullbacks that we have that could do that, and the only one is Dallo, and he's not even there, and he's dead. He's dead. That's his competition for crossing the ball. Now we've got the left-footed set piece specialist in Tellez, and we got Bruno as well. No, that's it. We're sorted on set piece. I mean, Mata's not bad, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't got the power, he hasn't got the John to strike the ball like they do. So that's why we need the set piece takers, and we've got it. And they say penalties this, Manchester United. Yeah, we got the good penalty players to score the penalties. That's why
Who
we're there.
gives a shit about Manchester? I couldn't give a shit anymore. I don't
I
even
don't
care.
care,
Anyway,
honestly.
stop kicking our players in the box then. They keep getting kicked.
Innit?
Like the one against who did he miss against? Newcastle. Like what is
Newcastle.
this player doing? Like man just studied Rashford. He's not going anywhere, and he just studied him on the shit. So it's a pain. End of the day, listen, it is where it's not our fault. You can't handle our wingers. But Ads, what do you reckon regarding Tellez and his performance in general? Were you impressed, or do you think you're not 100% sure?
You know what? He made himself. He made himself get noticed yesterday. Like he didn't need anyone else to make him be visible on the pitch. Like he made himself visible on the pitch. Defensive wise, he was, he looked solid. Attacking wise, he looked decent as well. All I'm gonna say is, I'm very, very, very happy that Wan-Bissaka is now attacking like he should have been.
Yeah, he's
Actually,
better.
I was watching some of the clips yesterday, bro. I was watching some of the clips this morning as well. It's kind of like, yo, Wan-Bissaka, his attacking confidence is going to build. And I feel like if the left back can attack, Wan-Bissaka's going to be like, oh shit, yeah. If he can do that, why can't I do it? I've already netted a goal in and I'm a right back. I'm already upsetting the Liverpool fans. Firmino scored no goals and I've scored one.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be sending that to so many Liverpool fans. It's unreal, yo.
But you know what?
God.
I'm just happy that our team looks solid right now, and I feel like Tellez will become a big part of our team. And obviously, yes, we have two solid. Obviously, we have a right back who's solid. We have a left back who's solid. And obviously, if they can both defend and attack, then you know what? I don't see why not. I don't see why we can't make more goals happen. I can't see why we can't make more chances happen each game with Wan-Bissaka and Tellez attacking from the right and the left. That's what I gotta say, bro.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think Wan-Bissaka last 2 games in particular, has definitely improved going forward. For me personally, it's too early to say regarding Tellez. I do think it was a very good debut for him against a very good opposition. However, we know with a lot of our players, they love a one-game wonder, don't they? I want to see them do it 5-10 games. I'm not expecting to, pull trees out, but I want him to drop 7s out of 10 consistently. Then I can start saying, no, fair play. He looks like a fantastic signing. We saw with Dan James last season, or whatever. Was it last season? I can't remember. Yeah, it was last season. So long ago, bloody hell. Last season, he set the world alight, and a lot of United fans was out, singing his praise, etc. It got to him. You don't want to put too much pressure on Tellez too early. One game, we'll go again against Chelsea, and we see where we are really, I suppose. But just recording a couple of comments here. United way, Tellez will get better. Firmino is the defensive striker that we all love to see. Oh God, I think Real Madrid will pull it back to 3-2. Apparently, I don't know if that's factual or not. Let us know in the chat if you have got that on the side. Just let us know if that's factual. Not that it means anything to us. Another question from Samir or his brother Harris. Very good question, which is very topical. Which is of course what we want to discuss. The centre back dilemma. First and foremost, regarding Tuanzebe, right? I'm just going to say this right now. Tuanzebe pocketed Mbappe. Mbappe, one of the best players in the world. Literally top 5. If you just put strikers alone, he's probably top 3 in the world. That's how good Mbappe. Everyone knows.
I've got the stats. If you want the stats, I've got
listen,
stats.
read the stats out. Read them out.
All right. 100% aerial duels won. 92% pass accuracy. But that's bearing in mind he played the full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's centre back. 7 clearances, 1 block, and Neymar and Mbappe pocketed. That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, he fully. Listen, there's 2 incidents. I was just watching a couple of clips of his highlights, but there was 2 incidents that I remembered in particular, and they were both against Mbappe. He was 1v1 with both of them. I can't remember the first one off the top of my head. I think it was the first half, but the second one when he was fully 1v1 in a foot race as well. But they were both in a foot race. What they were both looked like
Yeah.
they were pens.
One
Actually.
was from the corner.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on the left wing when Mbappe tried to get around him, and Twanzebe was like, "That ain't happening, brother." Man cut him off, got across, did job, and the second one was literally a straight foot race, and he dealt with him on both occasions. And to me, as a Man United fan, seeing that, I almost had a tear in my eye. Like, it's just like, please, just stay fit. Stay fit. Listen, again, same as Tellez, it's one game. We need to see this consistently. We've seen, loads of people like even Rojo, for example, or Smalling, and even Jones to an extent, drop
Done
this
good.
one-off masterclasses and the shit. But if you can continue, to build his confidence, and I've got to add as well before I pass it to you guys, his mentality after the game. Do you see his comments after the game? He goes PSG or something along these. I can't quote him exactly, but PSG are a big club, but so
we're
are we,
bigger.
so we expect. Yeah, we're bigger. That's the word.
He said that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what he said.
bigger. Yeah, that is beautiful. That is music to my ears. I love to see it. But listen, for me personally, sensational performance. I don't see how he can't start against Saturday, which was the original question, unless he's not fully fit to play 2 games. As we've seen with Bayer, he gets injured every 3 weeks if someone blows on him. I'll pass on to you guys. Abid, we'll come to you first. Flawless said he's going to jump on in 5 minutes as well, which is brilliant.
Okay, I've got another stat though, actually.
I'll go on.
But it don't relate to Tuanzebe. It just relates to Man United in general. So
Go on.
since the start of the 2018-19 Champions League season, Kylian Mbappe has scored 2 Champions League goals at Parc des Princes.
Yeah, I've seen the Rashford.
So has Marcus Rashford.
Yes.
I'm not saying Rashford's better.
He owns it.
I'm not saying Rashford's better, but just putting that one out there for you,
Can
City, Chelsea.
I just say one thing?
Yeah, go on.
Now I see yesterday when we had the penalty, I would have loved to see Rashford net 2 yesterday because I feel like he would have definitely scored that first try as well. With Navas off his we got lucky yesterday. We did get lucky with that penalty. Obviously not how we got it. I'm talking about
that rule is stupid. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But it happened to us, didn't it? I can't remember what team it was against.
It was
Crystal Palace. Yeah,
Palace. Oh my god. I don't want to remember.
Saves and he's like an inch off the line, so I might.
De Gea's back. He's back.
De Gea is really back. But before we go into De Gea, Abby, listen, just get your thoughts on Tuanzebe. There's a few people commented on Ali in the chat as well. So what are your thoughts on Tuanzebe?
I'm not saying he's as good or better than. I'm just, oh my god.
That's a great comment. Anyone wish Ali was their PE teacher?
They'd rather have me and you, Usmaan, man.
Yeah, 100%.
So what is Upamecano? He's a fast centre back who can pass the ball. What did Tuanzebe do yesterday? He's a fast centre back.
He's a beast in the air as well, man. I think people are.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous.
Like I said, against Newcastle, when we lost 1-0, he was our best player by far. Passes and trying to put us on an attack when he's a centre back as well. I told you, man. Usmaan, you heard me the other day.
He's young. I don't know how old is he. 22, 23?
22, yeah, 22.
Yeah, he's young. He's young. He's got potential to get even better. That's just what we need. We don't need to be buying 65, 70 mil centre backs, giving them 150k a week, which is a risk. Why not have a centre back who's got not much pressure on him and he can just develop? So I'm not, obviously the positions are different, but Rashford came in a similar sort of way, how he just came from the grassroots level through the club, and look at him now. He's one of the best wingers in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. But listen, regarding Tuanzebe, for me personally, I don't know many United fans that haven't, respected his talent. It's just about whether he can stay fit. And that is the thing for me. If he can stay fit, then obviously we can talk about him, for the future. I've just checked; he's going to be 23 in November 14th, so literally in that couple of weeks.
Crazy.
So yeah, he's still ridiculously young. And for me, it's just the mentality, really. His comments after the game, it's just that's just a breath of fresh air in itself, man. He just shows that he had no respect for the opposition, without being disrespectful as well. He obviously paid his respect to them, but in his head, obviously going into that game, he didn't give a shit who he was up against. And like I already mentioned, 2 of the best players in their position in the world, like generally. Listen, let's move on to the centre back situation in general. Of course, we have got Chelsea on the weekend. We've got RB Leipzig and Arsenal. So these 3 games are very important, as the PSG game was. We need to make sure we get results in these games, especially against Arsenal and Chelsea. I can't deal with their fans, man. They chat the most. So we need to somehow get a result in both games. And what are your guys' thoughts regarding the centre-back situation?
Centre-back situation.
Do you think... I'm not sure what Maguire's situation is, if he's going to be fit or not, but as we come to you first and foremost, bro, like, what are your thoughts? Do you think Tuanzebe has to start in this game, or how are you feeling?
You know what? I think Tuanzebe can start in like most formations when we have any amount of centre back. I feel like he should start. If it was me, obviously we know who's better out of Maguire and Bailey. Obviously, it's pretty simple who it is. We're not going to put a fridge compared to an acrobat, are we, bro? Let's be honest, man. Bailey, the problem with Bailey, I heard this comment. I was kind of upset when I heard it. It was kind of like this guy said, you'll never see Bailey's full potential. And I was kind of like, well, you know what? That's kind of true. It is kind of true. But because he is strong, he recovers from his injuries quicker than he should, and it still takes long. Obviously, yes, he's a fighter. He goes in for tackles. His game, right, listen, I'm going to say this straight. His best game was when we masterclass an attacker. But Shoemaker was an attacker. And obviously, you remember when he was doing step overs in the box? I was this guy,
he turned him down, man.
He's dangerous, but he knows what he's doing. That was, in my opinion, that's one of the best feelings after a game. That was one of the best games last season, in my opinion, for him. Obviously, we have seen Tuanzebe and Bailey play together. Yes, they look solid, but I'm really scared. Is Ollie going to put Lindelof back as a starter more often now? That's what I'm very scared about.
The thing is, regarding Lindelof, right? You know, I'm one of those people that just give credit where it's due. I don't have any personal agendas, so I'm not a huge fan of Lindelof, but I think he was absolutely sensational yesterday. Every single person yesterday was at least 8 or above out of 10. So there's no discrediting Lindelof whatsoever. And the homie Flawless is in the building.
Yes, man.
Yes,
man.
Yeah, we're just talking about the centre back issue, dilemma, so to speak. But yeah, just coming back regarding Lindelof. You know, I think Maguire's going to realistically come back in if he's fit. But Tuanzebe has to start.
Yes.
I'm not hearing anything else. I don't care about who. I don't care who's playing right wing back. I don't care who's playing left wing back.
Don't care.
Tuanzebe is starting.
Yes.
I don't care who's in net. Tuanzebe is starting. Man pocketed Mbappe. Not flipping Callum Wilson or some dead bloody play like that. Flipping Mbappe and then Neymar, right? Man got past Wan-Bissaka once, and you see Tuanzebe thought, fuck this. Let me switch wings, man. Let me allow this thing. I'm going to the other side. I can't deal with this. They literally fully pocketed them. Yes, I know they had a couple of snapshots, but you got to remember these guys are the elite of the league. We're talking best in the world. So they're going to have a couple of opportunities here and there. They got quality for days. But yeah, Tuanzebe has to start, man. For me, if he's not starting, the only reason I want to hear for him not starting is that he's just come back from a lengthy layoff and he can't play 290 minutes. That's the only excuse I'm giving him.
That's Usmaan, that's not a convincing excuse, brother. That's not convincing.
Bullshit.
I'm not hearing that. Man just pocketed Mbappe and that, like after a year layoff. I'm not hearing nothing in that.
I don't want to hear that either, but I'm saying that could be the only reason, because it can't be based on anything else. Because ability-wise, he's arguably one of the first team names of the team sheet after that performance. But listen, Flawless, as you've just come in, bro, what are your thoughts? You know, obviously, Ads was saying he's a bit worried that, well, in a positive way, that Lindelof has such a good game. It might mean he's going to start. Would you keep the same formation and similar setup in defense, or would you change it?
Here's the thing: if Ollie goes with that same team after that performance, nobody can complain. We just went to PSG, and not only did Manchester United win, we thoroughly deserved to win. Like if it was 3-1, 4-1, nobody would have complained. It's not like it was a smash and grab and we got lucky and they peppered De Gea and United were on the ropes. We were comfortable, minus Martial's mistake for their goal. What did they really create? The centre-back should have scored when it was 0-0 when the cross came in. Minus that, Neymar had a shot from far, Mbappe had a shot. That was pretty much it. So if he does decide to go with that same team, how can you complain when the defense, the back five defended like that? McTominay and Fred, I thought Fred was phenomenal. I lost count the amount of times he won the ball back. We've already been waxing lyrical about Tons Axel. Lindelof gets a lot of stick, but he was very good. Shaw's another one who I'm highly critical of. He was very good. He played the pass into Martial.
That left centre back position for sure. He's been at 8 out of 10 at 3 games on the bounce in that position.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like I seen Shaw carrying the ball forward. I'm like, where has this been? This is all we asked you to do. He played the pass into Martial for the penalty. Like I said, Fred, phenomenal. McTominay was busy, which you want in that position. Bruno, always a threat with his passing. Martial and Rashford were the two who you look at who were like, they weren't at their very best, but yet still we were a threat. And when it came to it, Rashford delivered in a clutch moment. So if we see that team again, I can't complain. Oh yeah, Tellers as well.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. If he play that team again, like I said, I'll be gassed if he play that team again. I'll be like, yeah, this is gonna be a definite win, or it's gonna be a banger of a game. I don't mind if Lindelof plays in that formation. What I was trying to say is, if we start switching up the formations and every game Axel is off for Lindelof, that's what I don't want. That's what I was trying.
That's going to be a disgrace.
That's what I was trying to say before. Because Lindelof and Axel, they had good chemistry yesterday. Obviously, it's an underrated partnership because they've only played a few games together. But I saw what they were trying to do together yesterday. They're trying to, try to get 2-3 passes in between each other, then press it up to Wan-Bissaka or Tellez. Try to get it up the field. Yes, Martial and Rashford weren't the biggest.
Martial won't be playing the weekend, so
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah,
because he's banned, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah,
so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's Cavani.
Yeah, you could go with a Cavani if he decides to play that system, and you go with a Cavani off Rashford. I think that even suits.
Not complaining with Cavani, to be fair.
I think it suits Rashford more because at least Cavani being a more traditional 9, the ball will stick. Whereas I'm not saying the ball doesn't stick with Martial, but
no, you're right.
Martial will do both. He'll do everything. I'm a big fan of Martial, but Cavani's more traditional. So it'll be interesting to see. All he's got options. Look how we're talking as Manchester United fans on this podcast. We're talking about options. We didn't even mention, should probably start, and you get me. Donny's on the bench. Matta's on the bench. Like, we have, for the first time, forgetting, man. That's how many man we've got. I'm forgetting people. You get what I'm saying?
We have big options. I just want to say, continue with the Martial situation. If it wasn't for his play yesterday, we've got a penalty. He was strong yesterday. He was strong. Hold-up play that was the prime of hold-up play yesterday, right there. Literally, we would not have got a penalty if it wasn't for him. Obviously, yes, he didn't net a goal, but you don't need to play well. Obviously, you don't have to get a goal to play well. Martial's just one of those players. He wants goals. I can see him getting frustrated sometimes. Yes, when Rashford was messing up with the set pieces, but obviously Rashford is just he's a lone wolf sometimes, likes to do his own thing. And him doing his own thing yesterday wasn't the best of choices. When he had Pogba and Fred passing in between each other and then sit the ball into him on the right, that's what you need. That's what you need. And I said it. I was listening to Ricky this morning because I didn't have time to watch the fan cams yesterday. I was so gassed. Obviously, he said we can't play Pogba and Bruno. And now I actually see what he's saying. I see what he's saying now. I prefer Pogba as someone who comes off the bench. I prefer someone who comes off the bench.
I don't agree with that at all.
Nah, here's the thing. In that system that we played against PSG, yes, you can play Pogba and Bruno. It's all about systems. He
came on, and if anything, we started bossing the game.
Yes, because he gives you something else. Sorry, go on. My bad. Go on, bro.
Do you not think you could play in this is what I was thinking. In the 5 back, do you not think you could play Pogba, Van de Beek, and Bruno? Take turns in who's it? Because they can all play number 8, realistically.
Here's the thing, that's a great point. But what I would say is, even if, say, you played one striker, you could have 2 10s. So you could say play Bruno and Donny as 2 10s, Pogba as an 8, and just have one sitting and one striker. You don't necessarily need a Rashford and a Cavani or Rashford and a Martial. You could have one, but like I said, this goes back to the point.
And the only reason, sorry, Flores. The only reason why I said that is because most of the time when Pogba is starting, he's next to someone slow like Matic, and we can't have that. You saw him with Fred yesterday.
Playing with Fred, though, I don't think that playing with Fred by all means. Hopefully, Fred can be that Kante role for him, like, as you see up front. Fred's numbers suggest he can potentially be that.
Of course, he can. Definitely.
But I think a lot of United fans have been crying out for Fred. I was going to ask you, Abid, actually, obviously, on the topic of midfield. Again, this comment is the most frequent comment on our podcast. When will Van der Beek start? Van der Beek, even. Every single question. And as Flawless has already said, and as is kind of mentioned already, is there even a case for even getting Pogba in that team at the moment? Because at the end of the day, we've gone away to Paris. You know, we've won a game convincingly. For me personally, yes, granted, had a couple of shots. That block by Wan-Bissaka when Mbappe took that touch when Di Maria dinked it up was absolutely ridiculous. That is basically scoring an overhead kick. That's how good that was. It's like, honest to God, I was saying it's a goal. Who's gonna catch up to Mbappe? Do you know what I'm saying? Mbappe had a run on him as well, and but his slide tackle should be illegal, man. It's just ridiculous how consistent he is, man. But yeah, for me, the point I'm trying to say is there a case that you just don't change anyone, even including Van der Beek, Pogba still on the bench? We've still got options. You know, against Chelsea, realistically speaking, we're going to need the likes of Pogba, Van der Beek to have cameos, and then hopefully play their way into the team come RB Leipzig.
This is what we need, though. The thing is, Van der Beek, Ollie said it himself. He brought him in as a squad player. He's a he's well. You've seen what he's done in the Champions League. He's world class, but he's a squad. This is what we need. City have it. Liverpool have it to a certain extent with their midfield, not much. But this is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need in our midfield. We've got arguably Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek, arguably some of the best midfielders in the world. There's no cap there. They are. It's facts. You can say whatever you want. You can say Pens. You can say this. They are some of the best players in their position in the world. And to say that we're playing two, there wasn't even two yesterday. There was one on the field and two on the bench, and they came on later. How much of a that is so good to watch. Like, I know obviously Van der Beek's gonna be saying, "Oh yeah, I should have more time playing," but he knows that he's gonna fit into the system eventually. When he came on against Newcastle, did we not score 3 goals after he came on after?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, unreal, absolutely unreal. His passing accuracy is in the high 90s every single time. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And I can say one thing, lads. Sorry for
Go on,
this.
no,
guys,
go.
I've got a goal.
Yeah.
Obviously, I did stay a bit longer, obviously, because I wanted to see Flores come in. But,
My young G, don't know.
Thank you.
bro, obviously, I will be back. I will possibly be back in about 10 minutes. Just got to run a few things at home. But yeah, man.
That's
calm.
I'd catch you in a bit if you're still on. No worries, my brother.
Respect, safe.
Oh, bless up.
Yeah, obviously, just coming back to your point regarding the options. Listen, at the end of the day, myself, Flawless, we've done a few podcasts now, but we were speaking about prior to the window, actually, prior to getting Van der Beek. The one thing we didn't have was options in abundance, and I'm so happy not only for Twan Sib on a personal level, but we needed that performance from him so badly. Because in defense, there's one position in particular that, well, not just us, but every team in the league is currently struggling. And if we can shore up at the back, right, and I know this goes for every single team in the league, and every single fan will be saying this, but genuinely, if we can improve our defense, I don't see why not. Just say Pogba starting, just say Tommy's out that team. So just say it's Fred, Pogba, and Bruno, for example. We still got Van der Beek on the bench. We still got potentially Greenwood on the bench. We potentially got Cavani on the bench. Just hypothetically speaking, right? I don't see why, if we can't improve our defense, we can do well in the league, even well in the Champions League, because we've got that many players on the bench finally to have an impact. Those match winners off the bench, Cavani, Greenwood, Van der Beek, they all could come and have an influence in the game. And as you've already said, Abid, Man City have it in abundance. Everyone talks about strength and depth. Bayern Munich, they subbed on Coutinho, right? And he came on a bag 2 against Barcelona. They subbed on Tolisso as well. Fantastic midfielder. Someone that is massively underrated. He gets into the French team, French squad as well, which says a lot given the abundance of talent they've got. They subbed on man's like that. Like, they've just signed Leroy Sané.
They let Thiago go.
They let Thiago go. They have Kingsley Coleman on the bench. You need options, especially in the Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to go far or anything, but if you want to go back to the top, players like Van der Beek should be in the squad, not get on the pitch, unless the man ahead of him has dropped a blunder, which at the moment, they haven't. You had to bring him in against Newcastle, which you didn't. The guys that came in against Newcastle did their job. So at the end of the day, when he comes on, does his cameo, he's got to do his thing, and that's what you want, because they'll all up the game. Like for me personally, right, that's what we need. We need people on the bench, as Ollie was when he was a player, thinking, shit, if I don't do anything, I ain't got hope and prayer. Because it shouldn't be easy for Van der Beek to get in the team. Because if he's getting into the team easy, that means the man on the pitch aren't doing their job. So that's the way I see it.
And I think people are going very over the top with the Donny situation.
I know it's that. He's just
We're only
home.
4 games in. We're only
Exactly.
like just relax.
We played 4 games in the league. That's it.
Yeah, United are in 4 competitions. We're in the Premier League, Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup soon come. We're gonna play whatever 50 plus 60 games this season. Injuries and suspensions and loss of form all will happen at different points. Donny will get his chance. Just relax. He will get his shot. Like, don't worry, he'll play. Plus, we're playing well. Yeah, Axel wasn't meant. I'd like to see Axel next to Maguire. I think I'd like to see that.
I think that would
see.
And plus the threat in the air as well. Can you imagine from not just that? Axel's, I think people aren't even talking about it. I was already said it before you came on, Flawless.
Yeah.
His ability in the air is fantastic.
Yeah, very good.
When he stood, there's a picture of him on Pogba on his Instagram. I didn't realize how tall he is. Because I was touching basically Pogba's height.
Yeah.
6'3", 6'4", so he's an
a
athlete,
big unit. Man. Yeah, that's it. Athlete, and it's good to see, and we'll see if we decide to play the back three. I do like the back three. I think we have the players for it as well. So Ollie now has options. You can go with the back three. If you want to play 4-2-3-1, cool. If you want to go 4-3-3, that's good. And I always say this about United, whether you rate the manager or you don't, etc., etc. He's back already. Whether you rate the manager or not, one thing I say about United's team is that we have, when it comes to the attacking players, we have high caliber players. Our attacking quality is always good, whether they're out of form or not. And that goal always gives you a chance in matches. It's a free hit to me. I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's a complete free hit. No one's got.
I'm not saying we're going to win it, but
yeah,
got no expectation. Pressure's off. Get me? Why can't we Chelsea a Champions League when Chelsea won it? No one expected them to win it.
Team just got to the final, and they were saying prior to the game. I know they had a lot of injuries before. People come at me and say they've had X, Y, and Z injured. I get that. I don't care though, because they still got the 2 best players, 2 of the top 5 in the world on the pitch, and Snake Maria on the other wing as well. So they got Man as well, he's world class as well. Let's be real. He is world class, man. At the end of the day, even that pass to Mbappe, that little chip, that obviously 1% dealt with eventually, that was a quality pass from Di Maria. So for me, PSG had enough talent on the pitch to cause a problem, and we got it right. My question is, right, before we go on to like a couple of less topical, but a bit aside from the game, what were your thoughts, right? Abid, we'll come to you first, because when Pogba got substituted on, right, which I thought the timing was fairly right, I would have probably wanted maybe a couple of minutes early, but at the end of the day, Fred and McTominay were doing job, so I can't really say why I didn't come off. I was personally surprised he took Tellers off, not because it was a wrong decision, it was definitely the right decision in hindsight, but because I didn't expect him to go to a diamond. And as soon as he went to the diamond, this is just my perspective of the game, I genuinely thought we were playing at home, and the PSG were the team that was scared to play against us, because the way we were controlling the game against PSG away from home, I was shocked. I was genuinely surprised. Don't get me wrong, I know they haven't got Verratti on, who for me is world class without a shadow of a doubt. He's an absolute baller. Herrera, obviously, as we know, one of our own, so to speak. Were you surprised at how much control we had in the game, Abby? Because especially when Pogba came on, Pogba was just they were passing to Pogba. He was holding the ball. These ones could not get the ball up. He was playing it around. Obviously, people coming into the game, and we were genuinely looking like we were going to win the game. That's why when Flawless said we deserve to win, I completely agree. I even said it on the watch along. We deserve that win. Like, I don't think, and even the PSG fans that we had on the preview were saying, "Fair play to you guys, man. We didn't expect you to come correct." But I mean, what are your thoughts, bro? On that?
I thought Ollie made a mistake when he took Tellers off, because I thought it was a big risk, because I know Shaw's good. He's been good recently, but he's still exposed. Like last game, he scored the own goal. Obviously, he's still exposed. So it was a bit of like, oh God, if he flops here, he knows why he's flopped. But then and I don't think Pogba was just bought on for the creativity. When I was seeing Neymar dribble, he didn't just have to get past Fred. He had to get past Fred, Pogba, or there was always 2 of them. There was always 2 of them there. That's why he had no chance.
Yeah.
You can be whatever 5-star skill on FIFA. You ain't getting past 2 players, 6'3", or tenacious player like Fred. It's just not happening. And Pogba, that's probably one of his best performances in a while, because not because he's popping shots left, right, and centre. He's looking up, holding the ball, finding the man, finding Bruno. Look where Bruno is, or Rashford's there, bang, goal. That's just what we want. We don't need him to do his stupid skills and get tackled the halfway line and then end up conceding. We need him to just control the midfield and control the tempo, and that's what we need from him.
Yeah, no, he definitely controlled the tempo. Him and Bruno alongside each other. I just Bruno as well, by the way, Flawless. Obviously, you can have you say on Pogba, but Bruno as captain, by the way, I've seen him consistently through the games. Man, his arm is out. Mother lover, go over there. What are you doing next to me? Go there, do a job. Constantly shining. I'm not saying Maguire to do that because we don't get to see from consistently from the defense. Obviously, you normally see the midfield, but Bruno was fantastic as well as captain for me. Yeah, he was a leader on that pitch also, man. But what were your thoughts when obviously Pogba came on? We kind of changed to a diamond, but when we didn't have the ball, they went into a 3. Where kind of saw Pogba left centre mid / left mid. And what were your thoughts on that change from Ollie? Do you think that was obviously is the right call in hindsight? But were you surprised that he did that?
It was the correct in hindsight. It was the correct call. Like definitely, I liked the lineup. I was like, this lineup's on point. I was like, I wouldn't change anything. I had no qualm. I didn't have one qualm with the lineup. Normally with Ollie's lineups, I have one qualm. Like even if it's 10 out, I like 10 out of the 11, and there's one player I'm like, why is such and such playing? He got it spot on. In terms of when he brought Pogba on, I thought, here we go. Ollie's just met the way he did it. I'm like, changing the system. Ollie's gonna mess this up. I was like, this is typical Ollie. It's been going well for 60, 65 minutes. I thought it is gonna go tits up, and we're not gonna win. We might draw, we might lose. Because I didn't understand what formation we was playing when he came on. I was like, what system is it? And it wasn't until it came on social media and people was talking about it. I was like,
it's so mad because I did the full video on it. I never expected him to obviously play. Obviously, I sent the video to his emails, and obviously Mum said,
man, you seen Usmaan in it. That's what it was.
But that's what I said in the video. So it's all about flexibility in formations. When we didn't have the ball, we went to a 4-3-1-2. It's so clear that there was sat in a straight. I've actually got it set here, but I'm not gonna put it out. But they had it in a straight, like it was in a straight line. So Pogba, McTominay just slightly deeper, and Fred right centre mid. And obviously, it's almost like you played a 4-3-3 basically in a sense. But obviously, Bruno's in front of them, so it makes you have 4 midfielders. You pad the midfield, obviously. Then it's just automatically made it difficult for them to break us down. It's almost like playing 2 banks of 4 to an extent. So in that sense, Ollie 100% got it right. But
spot on.
Yeah, no, fair play to him. Obviously, I was slightly surprised. But I was going to move on to the last 2 players we haven't really spoken about. And this is just my personal opinion. I've seen Saeed tweet this anyway with Terry as well, actually. They were talking about on Twitter. But this is my personal opinion on Rashford's performance. I swear to God, I've never been so frustrated in a human being in my life. When I know the exact minute as well. And you're gonna know. I don't even need to. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the 48th fucking minute. He's one, and him and Martial against the defender. I don't know who he is. I don't know if it's Kim Pembe. I don't know if it's that Danilo kid. I don't know I don't know the guy's name, anyways. But whoever the defender was, right? Rashford's on the right wing. He's gone past the halfway line. Somebody's played the ball in behind. I don't know. Probably Bruno or someone. He's thrown goal. He's literally thrown goals. So I'm thinking standard FIFA thing, running a straight line. Shoot, if the defender comes close to you, if he backs off, shoot. If he comes next to you, square it. Or sweaty goal, whatever the man's call it on FIFA. Triangle, whatever it is, man. Standard, Martial tapping, you know. But listen, he passed it so early, and man just hit it out.
Yeah.
And I lost it on the watch along. I was like, no way. You are so quick. Man was never going to catch you. Just hit the ball and just run. The guy was miles away. Even
that was my fault on it. That was my fault on it.
I'm dragging him. Just come, Dory.
I was watching it. I was big mad. I'm like, why did you not just run? And then he had one after that as well. And
he did it 3 times.
If his touches were sharp enough, I think it was Kim Pembe who tackled him.
Again. One was late into the second half, like 78 minutes or something, prior to his goal, and the guy slid and they kind of knocked it and it went out for a corner. And I was like, fucking hell, Rashford, come on. And then the one he eventually scored, he thought, fuck yeah, I'm hitting it early. He scored.
I said this though, Rashford had a Bruno game in terms of your overall game might have not been the best, but in the clutch moments, you delivered, and that's what Rashford did. A Bruno, he did a Bruno.
What are your thoughts on Rashford in general, though, Flows? Because a lot of top Reds are saying, "Oh, Rashford scored, yada yada." Don't say anything to him. He's feeding kids off the flipping. I love the fact that he's doing that. I respect him massively. But coming to the football, like, what are your thoughts? Because for me, I love the guy to bits because he's got talent, but he needs to improve his decision making. It's so bad at moments, man.
It's bad in moments, but what I like is the fact there's there's a template there for him to improve on. The fact that we're talking about whether he's good enough or not, and if you look at his goal return in general this season, his goal and assist return, his goal contribution is great. And we're saying he's not good enough decision making, but yet he's still impacting big games and still scoring goals and assisting. So what happens when he gets it right? If we're criticizing him now and he's still putting up good numbers, I think he's got seven goal contributions in 7 games. So you're starting to impact games, and we're talking about, all right, you still need to improve. So what happens when he improves? If he's getting 7 and 7, what happens when he's improved? Is it 10 and 7? Is it 12 and 7? Yes.
But the thing is, it's too hot and cold. Like, think about yesterday's game, right?
He is hot and cold.
The amount of mistakes he made yesterday in terms of decision making, and then think about his goal against Brighton. Man sat the whole defense down, right? The composure was like beyond elite. Like I was like, shoot. Man sat them all down. He thought, nah, I need to make sure they're all sat on the floor to eat, man. Got to feed these guys kids as well. And then he shot, obviously, he got a bit of deflection, went to top it. So he's definitely got it in him. It's just finding that consistency. Ads, just to bring you in, obviously, you're back quicker than we expected. But Ads, what are your thoughts on, obviously, Rashford? Regarding Martial, obviously, you can obviously say on Martial as well. But what are your thoughts on Rashford in particular?
First of all, I want to say a lot of people are acting like the PSG defense was full of crap defenders. It wasn't. You have the likes of Kimpembe, and literally Rashford made him look like crap with that shot that he took. He really did. Like, to be honest, Rashford is a good player. We know that there's potential, and he's proven like about 90% of his potential is in like becoming like the player that we know he can be. I just feel like Nuruddin said on United Stand, he said sometimes he lets his head drop. Honestly, I don't really see that much anymore. I just see him consistently trying to go for goals. Maybe that's his problem. He doesn't really try to set up many people as much as he should be. But obviously, yes, he does do it. But he's a goal scorer. He's not someone who wants to lend goals to people when he has the opportunity to. Like yesterday, they were great opportunities for him to score, but he just didn't take the chances. He was too slow, and he just didn't take the chances. But as a whole, Rashford is a good player. You can't say he's not, because if you say that, then I don't know what you've been watching for the past 3-4 years. He's improved 100%. That goal against Brighton, that goal yesterday, just proves his worth. But should he be scoring late minutes? No, he shouldn't. He should be scoring early minute and then late minute. He shouldn't be doing it just late minute. He needs to be way more consistent, pick up the pace with his goals, and he needs to be doing it day in, day out, and be doing it at any minute that he can. I don't care if he scores like 1 goal outright, 2 games. That's in my opinion, that is poor. But if he's trying to score goals and set other people up, that's fine. But we need to be seeing more goals from Rashford so he can actually prove the haters properly once and for all. He can finally prove them wrong and show that he's one of the most talented players in England, let alone the world.
Yeah, no, I think, to be fair, regarding his talent, I don't think anyone's disputing his talent. It just comes down to decision making for me regarding Rashford. Abid, just to bring you in here on Rashford, and also we haven't even spoken about it. Martial's got more Champions League goals than Kane, Aguero, and Aubameyang this season, and no one's even mentioned that. You know, obviously, finally,
let's go,
exactly. Finally,
let's go, man.
One of the best keepers in the world in De Gea as well. Not many people can say they've done that. So
facts.
He's put it in the corner as well. Fair play, keeping him a move. You know, it is what it is. But listen, Abid. Not only Rashford, because I know a lot of people can say, oh, why are you not talking about Martial? Because for me personally, Martial needs to step up as well. If anything, at least Rashford's contributing something. Martial was massively frustrating for me. There's a couple of moments he had 1v1 against his defender, and he's just looked a bit indecisive, trying to take him on, trying to take him on. Like, what are your thoughts on both of them? Not just yesterday, but in general.
We have to address him correctly. We either say Sir Marcus Rashford, or we say King of Park the Prance. One of the two. You choose one.
We got King of Park.
Let's go. Let's go, man. You hear me? And he told Mbappe, come outside, man.
Yes,
man said, you're not even comfortable. I'm around. You're not even comfortable in your own end. You hear me?
Yes. But Mbappe's a keyboard warrior on the WhatsApp group to Rashford. That's all I'm saying.
See, the thing is, Rashford, I've always seen it though. It is gonna sound so like bad because I'm not saying you've seen me play Usmaan. We don't speak about this.
Yeah, let's not comment your footballing ability.
He's probably got the hardest shot in the squad. But to be fair, now his composure is good. Like, recently, he's been quite composed and taking his time on the ball. But when he's pinging it from the left wing to Wan-Bissaka, he's not floating it. He's doing a knuckleball. And I'm thinking, bro, learn how to pass the ball with claresse and finesse.
Man, sorry to cut you off. Man said a knuckleball. Can you explain that to
No,
me?
bro,
What that is? I love that.
I see it every time, and he just blasts it. He's going like this. I'm thinking, how is Wan-Bissaka meant to touch that? I don't think he just thinks about, okay, Martial's there. I should go further, then wait and bend it nicely. Set my man up. No, I'll just send it now. You go now. It's your turn. He don't think about it like that. But I'm not. But we have to remember, he's 22, 23.
I think he's 22 actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just got the shit out.
I like my shirt though. You get me? Beckham on the back.
I rate that, man.
That's beautiful. But yeah, no, you're all right. Rashford is still very young, and It'll definitely come. I'm not worried about his talent, man. He's got talent in abundance.
We're still waiting for Jesse Lingard's talent to come through.
Allow Jesse Lingard. Don't hear my boy, man.
Now, if we would have brought on Lionel Jesse, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, it's not fair, man. It's not fair. We don't want Jesse dancing in Paris. Come on, boys. We've got a comment from Akil. Martial thought PSG are so crap. He might well practice some heading for Chelsea match. Can't disagree. Tell us his crossing ability is unreal. So might as well get it in early. Also from the United away, who is obviously the admin. Like and subscribe if you are new to the Amazing Fan channel. As always, make sure your shows always continue to grow. The last thing I wanted to finish on, obviously there's quite a lot to discuss, but we'll just finish on this. Mason Greenwood. I did want to bring it up. Obviously, Flo's got a podcast with yourself as well tomorrow, so we'll ask yourself and Adam as well on just your thoughts on that as well. But it's come out a lot of rumours. I think personally, I think it's factual. You know, he's not injured. Ollie's disciplining him because of his he's not listening to instructions. Basically, apparently he's broken COVID. Rules again in terms of social sort of distancing, etc. I think he went to another party. I don't know who it was for. I think they might say Grealish. I think it was Grealish's party, if I'm not mistaken. But
Grealish
apparently it was.
Where were these parties? Was this in Manchester or was this Midlands? Did they say? I'm just trying to party at this point, innit? Like I miss partying. Yeah. I'm trying to rave. You know what I'm saying?
Grealish needs to box it off, but Mason Galwood. Guys, straight in the Mason Galwood. But listen, what are your thoughts on Greenwood? Because I really hope he keeps focused. Because for me personally, he's the most talented player we've brought at the academy from as long as I can remember. Really, like Florence, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? Do you believe that is factual, or do you think he's injured, or what are your thoughts?
It makes sense. If I think it's factual, because if he was injured, I think Ollie would just come out and say he's injured, he's got a knock. So the fact he was dropped from the squad and nothing's been mentioned tells you props to Ollie for disciplining him. If it's true, obviously we're talking hypothetically here, people.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
If these allegations are true, Ollie has to drop him and discipline him. I'm just hoping that these mistakes he is making currently is just because he's young. That's what I'm looking at, and like you grow out of it. We were all youngsters like that once. Like Ads is still young. You go
make stupid mistakes. That age,
exactly, they're at that age. Exactly, you as well. Like where you're gonna make that. I'm grown and I'm still making mistakes, so it's gonna happen. You just hope he has the man stay that he has the right people around him and he's learning from his mistakes. The fact that he's done 2 back-to-back worries me a little bit because it's like you're not learning. But I get it. You're 17, you're rich, and you're in lockdown. So I'm not making excuses for him, people. I'm just saying that's the reason. If this was a 26, 27-year-old, I'd be much harsher. He's 17, 18, you're a teenager.
19,
you're
just 19. Only just 19.
Yeah,
he's just turned 19. Yeah. So he's still a teenager.
19.
Can I just say something?
19. Yeah, go on, Ads.
I want to state facts, right? When we were trying to buy Grealish before the window opened, he was doing reckless shit. Like I'll post a picture with him in his blue hoodie.
Yeah, Grealish was doing a lot.
I like 5 a.m., like 5 in the morning. I think it was like a mini crash or something, or he was spotted coming out of a bar or something like that with loads of people in it. I don't know what it was, but like Goldbridge was posting it up everywhere. It was all over the internet as well. Obviously, yes, Greenwood is young. Is easily influenced, but obviously when you have people like Phil Foden who are also young, which is where he also got told off the first time, that's why he got dropped from the England squad. A few names weren't baited out, but Phil Foden, Mason Greenwood were the main ones apparently, bringing people back to their hotels. Yes, he's young, yes, he's talented, but just keep your talent on the pitch. Don't be this clown off the pitch and then be this well-disciplined guy on the pitch. You know, because people say to me, "Yeah, you're young lads, but you're mature." I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe, but I'm not gonna do dumb shit because I see people doing it. I see people my age already doing this nonsense. It's not good, obviously for the parents, and it's not good for your friends and your acquaintances as well, because they're gonna look at you like, yo, why am I chilling with this jog man? Why am I chilling with him? Because he's just doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Flores could be dumb, but he's not. But he could do something dumb, and I could literally copy what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that, bro. I feel bad for Mason, but he needs to pattern up on the real. He needs to pattern up.
Yeah, no, I think I completely agree. He needs to flip it pattern up if it is true. Abid, last words on Greenwood, and then we'll wrap it. Man's thoughts. Oh, man's got invited to the party as we were live on there.
Yo, serious and that? I be partying over there. Yo, shout me, fam. Shout me, man. I'm trying to party my stuff.
Okay, so at the end of the day, and this is going to sound really bad, I don't care what Greenwood is doing off the pitch, as long as Greenwood. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, go on, we can hear you. No, he's gone. He's definitely disconnected. His mum's be like, "Yo, relax, man." But,
Yo, Abib, jump back in and jump back out. I mean, jump out and jump back in.
Wi-Fi's gone.
Oh no, you're back. You're back. Abid, you're back. All right.
Should I jump back in? All right, give me a second.
Yeah, I'll kick you. Right, okay, yeah. So just to get my thoughts on what on top of the Greenwood thing.
Yeah.
For me personally, right, I just think it needs to be managed properly. At the end of the day, of course, you need to make sure that the media don't get hold of it, man. We've already seen this shit show they've tried to create with the England saga. Like, no English players ever done anything wrong. Like, they had English players back in the day. Like, I don't know if you see all those photos, right? But there was an interview with Carragher, and I think it was after the Virgil van Dijk tackle, actually. On Sky Sports, Carragher and Souness, right?
I loved it. Loved it. Sorry to cut you off. I just loved that. Carragher was like, with the tackles you made, like, yes, talk
exactly.
to him. Talk to him. I'm saying, talk to him. Oh, that's the. You know what? Sorry to cut you off again. That's the word. The audacity with how you used to tackle, and you're talking about that. Have you seen your highlight reel?
Yeah, it's bad. Oh my god, you're used to be an MMA man. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is like, these pundits, right? They will latch on to anything to like make man fall. As we've already said, he's a young lad. Obviously, we're gonna protect him because at the end of the day, let's be honest. If he was a dead baller, if he was shit, we probably wouldn't care. Like, it's so we gotta bear that in mind. But we know this guy could potentially be one of the best in the world, so we need to make sure we protect him properly. Abid, you're back now. To finish off. All right, bro.
If it cuts out, I'll just say my salams and say goodbye. But okay. So I don't care what my man's doing off the pitch. If he's bagging 20 goals a season, I do not care. He's young. He's literally 6 months. He's 6 months older than me. Fair enough. You got to be a role model. But look up. I know I went around it that time. But look at Paul Gascoigne. My man was arguably. I've been hearing things about him being one of the best natural English footballers, something like that. And all I know is his other stories. If Greenwood is bagging goals, realistically, he's going to be a kid for 3 more years. I know men that are doing that now, semi-pro, they're still messing about. He is going to be one of the best strikers in the world.
It's not the point, though. It's not about not caring what he does off the pitch. I don't care if Pogba goes and gets 100 haircuts. He's not harming anybody doing the haircut, and it's not to some people he's harming them. If Pogba gets a haircut, these men think he stabbed their mum or some shit.
World War III.
It ain't legit, man. But the thing with Greenwood is it's not about being a role model, because there's not going to be many people looking at Greenwood. They're going to be looking at Rashford, given what he's doing at the moment as a role model. It's not about that. It's about having that professionalism. At the end of the day, he's breaking the law, technically. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's not like, if he was doing drugs or balloons or whatever it is, again, that's not right either. Not because it's setting a bad example for people below him, but do you think Ronaldo did any of that shit? No, he didn't. Ronaldo probably still hasn't even flipping touched drugs in his life. Well, obviously, I can't comment on that stuff. But I don't know about that. I love Ronaldo, so I'm not going to go down that route. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you want to be the very best, you've got to have that mentality. Look what Usmaan said after the game. Man, what we've already said, PSG a big club, but we are bigger. The audacity for him to say that is almost got me thinking, yo, right, yo, give him the home back. Like, that's the
He's not wrong
mentality.
though.
No, but it's not about him being wrong. It's about mentality. Your mindset goes a long way. If you drop the ball, it doesn't matter how much talent you got. You know, the Ravel Morrison story, you know about him. There's so many. Adriano, for example, I'm not saying obviously Greenwood's going to go down that route. He's a bit past your time, but flawless for what I'm talking about. Adriano was one of the best, if not the best, number 9s. Basically, Lukaku, right? But with an unbelievable touch. Just everything, basically. Lukaku
Was it Inter?
Lukaku touch,
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, yeah, he played for, yeah.
Just sensational. Lukaku and Lewandowski put together, basically. That's how good he was. Like so many players, like top Brazilian players, said he's the best player they've played with. Even the original Ronaldo said that. But he just went off the ball. He got into the wrong crowd. And that's what I'm feeling about. I'm not feeling about Greenwood, but if you get into the wrong crowd, it doesn't matter about your talent. Talent can only get you so far. It's about hard work.
I don't think it's I feel like it's just him making his decisions stupidly. We can't blame people outside who we don't know about. From the vision of
he's making stupid decisions, but if he's chilling, I'm not saying he's going to chill with Rashford because obviously they're probably not boys. But I'm saying if he's chilled with something with Rashford and Flawless again, we're a bit older than you guys, so he'll explain. It's about your circle. You know, the people that you keep, the company you keep is the most important thing. So, for example, just say hypothetically, him and Rashford are best mates. Rashford's out there fighting the politicians to try and feed kids. Greenwood's going to think, fuck me, I'm not going to be pissing about. If he's doing this, it's just as simple as that. You're motivated by the people around you. And if he's in the wrong crowd, he can have all the talent in the world. He will go down the wrong road. It's just that's how life is. It's not to be footballer, it's just life in general.
We've seen this happen with Ravel Morrison, and I think like I stated, absolutely. The fact that this is the second one now, it's kind of like, I hope you don't continue to go this route. Exactly. Like first one, I'm like, all right, you made a mistake. Second one, now you've done it again in quick succession.
Exactly.
So like,
why is it not learning?
We want you to start like on the pitch. Like if you're a defender and we see a defender make a mistake and then he makes the same mistake, you're like, here we go again. So it's like you hope with Greenwood off the pitch, he gets it together. Like I said, he's still a teenager. Absolutely. So that's his saving grace, is that he's young, that he can improve and he can learn from this. So let's hope he keeps himself clean and there's no issues. And we're talking about what he's doing on the pitch because we all know the phenomenal talent that he is.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
That's weird.
Sorry. I just wanted to say, we're talking of Rashford. Lingard did kind of drag Rashford into his bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry with this comment here. He was Ravel Morrison was quality. Yeah, like I know people who personally know him, and then when you hear players talk about him, when you hear he came through the group with Pogba. Everyone said he was the best one. Yeah, he said he was the best one. He was the most talented out of that group, and you've seen it in bits and pieces. We've seen his goal with for West Ham against Spurs when he took it from the halfway line. Like I said, I know people who personally know him will tell you how good he was, but when you just don't let your off the field issues affect your on the field, that's what happens.
This comment here is obviously you guys are slightly younger than me and Flawless, so that's all we probably know because we made stupid mistakes as well.
Big fans. Still making them now.
Therapy with Usmaan.
Yes, talking to you. The right mentality, discipline actually gets you very far, and that's basically what it is. At the end of the day, my only sort of qualm is the fact that he's repeated an incident, especially after the amount of abuse he got after the first one. You think, oh shit, what have I done here? And I'm not to say that abuse was right, but you know, it is what it is. It's kind of on topic again, so let's just quickly just dismiss this whole Pogba shit because I just want to quickly throw it out here, Flawless. I know you're probably gonna have an opinion on this. Why the fuck do people have an issue with Pogba having getting a haircut? Like, what it's every single time man has a haircut, right? It's on Twitter. Or as we come to you next, Flores, have you got any thoughts on it? Because this is just, it's not even pissing me off. It's gotten to the point, it's just getting embarrassing now.
You know what I realized with Pogba? There was just genuinely people, Manchester United fans and non-Manchester United fans, who genuinely just don't like the guy. Just don't like him. And he can do no right. And we talk about agendas, and I think there's agendas on both sides. And I think agendas on both sides happen to try and balance things out. So the fact that you have mainstream media, Souness on TV, constantly attacking Pogba, that makes the other side go, okay, we're going to defend Pogba to a fault. I like to try and be balanced. What Pogba does off the pitch is no. I don't care what you do off the pitch as long as it's not affecting you on the pitch. So as long as you're not smoking, you're not drinking, you're not affecting your body, I have no issue. But as long as you're not breaking the law, I have no issue with that. Everyone's talking about Wan-Bissaka issue. That's Wan-Bissaka's issue. That doesn't affect his footballing. The jokes were funny, but that don't affect his footballing ability. Hey, it may improve it. So I have no issue with what he did in terms of from a footballing perspective. I don't care about these players from a moral standpoint. I don't know Wan-Bissaka. I didn't even know Wan-Bissaka had a baby on the way. I didn't know he had a girlfriend because that's not my business. I care about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the right back. That's it. Yeah. So exactly. So with Pogba's situation, there's just genuinely people who don't like him and believe him getting a haircut or him posting up an Instagram post of 20 seconds of him dancing is negatively affecting his football, and that's nothing to do with nothing. Concentrate about the football. I've said this before. Does Pogba help himself with his off the field comments and his on the field performances? No. The Real Madrid comment was very silly. All you have to do is just read the room. Read the room and understand everything's a mess at this point. We just got beat 6-1. The fan base is up in arms about the transfer window. We want the Glazers out. We want the board out. The fan base is split on Ollie in, Ollie out, 50-50. Yeah. Everything's a mess. And on top of that, you turn around and go, yeah, it'd be a dream to play for Real Madrid. So that's where you don't help yourself. And you're giving people who don't like you ammunition to question your commitment. People already question your commitment, and then you go and say that. It's like, come on. It's like your girl questioning your equipment in your relationship, and then you're liking other girls' pictures on Instagram. It doesn't help the situation. It's the same thing. It doesn't help the situation.
Don't be liking those pictures, flawless, man. You get.
This is what I'm saying. Shit, bro. I don't have a woman, by the way. I'm just saying that.
Ladies, he's single. Hit him up. Even if it's pictures of your sister, you're still getting in trouble.
This is what I'm saying. So back onto the point. Yeah, there's just people who don't like him and will use any excuse to attack him. Bear in mind, when he plays well, they don't like to give him credit for it. Like when Pogba plays well, people don't like to give him credit. You know what I mean? Like when Ollie first took over, his run was incredible. When he played in that, cool. I'm good. I'm done.
I read rumors Pogba's actually extended his contract for a year.
Yes.
So this last week.
No, Man United have.
United did it.
Or was it actually official? Was it official?
Yeah. We had a clause in his contract that we can extend it.
I know why he's done that. I think I know why he's done that. He wants to seal one more deal to see if Man United is a place for him or not. In my opinion, I think that's what it is. I think he's just wanting to be like, yo, is this really?
We'll win the Premier League this year, so stand.
Yeah, let's go in it.
Astaghfirullah.
I'm joking.
No, clip that.
I don't want to clip shit. All right. This comment screen because this is exactly how I feel regarding Pogba, and we'll wrap it. Pogba is a Man United player, rich, Muslim, black, and a good-looking guy. He enjoys his life, mashallah. Enjoys his life, and people don't like this, and they can't control him. Simple as that, really. At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it very short and sweet. It's because he's black. It's as simple as that. If he was white, if he was called Declan Rice and he was getting purple fucking hair every other week, like Youngberg used to do back in the hair, no one would bat an eyelid. They said, "Look at man's beautiful hair, it matches his kid."
Yeah. Fact. If he was English and called Paul Pierce, no one would bat an eyelid. Like,
exactly. These guys will have him on a pedestal if he plays as good as he plays.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it to him being black, but the comment that United way makes goes to show. I've said this before. As soon as you're a sportsman in a celebrity eye, if you're a black sportsman, as soon as you show as soon as you're a personality, you get me, or you have a little bit of arrogance or confidence, they don't like that. They don't like that.
Anthony Joshua is another example.
They don't like that. See, they loved AJ until he said what he said. Now it's racist, blah blah blah, and all this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna do a full podcast on this. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but as soon as this guy was the most sort of loved by the masses.
Still is to the extent.
He not really. As soon as he did the Black Lives Matter thing, right? Everyone was on Tyson Fury's. You know what? Everyone was straight over to Tyson Fury, not for boxing reasons, just purely because. And I've seen his tweets as well. When he posted it underneath the comments, I used to love you, AJ, but now you've done this, you can yada. This is a piss off, mate. You don't want you anyways if you don't fucking love him for that. Get out of here. Get out. But listen, we'll do a full podcast on that. Obviously, we're going to do anyways racism in sport and obviously the media and the role that they play. And that's obviously stay tuned for that. But just in general, I just want to say a massive thank you to our guests. As always, make sure you drop like, subscribe to the channel, show them love on their socials, aka Flawless. Do you want to shout out your Flawless, you want to shout out your socials, my brother?
Make sure you follow the Young G ads and that with the great promo. But yes, people, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and That's Me Flawless. You can see it right there. So that's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
Catch me on the Sarcasm City podcast every Sunday, 7 p.m. That's a non-footballing podcast. It gets wild. If you're easily offended,
It definitely gets wild.
It gets wild. If you are easily offended, it's not for you. You see the gal analogy I used to describe the
That's
Pogba
a regular thing. That's a regular thing.
that type of thing. So we're talking all types of wild shit. Like I said, if you're easily offended. Yes, you get me. Explicit content. Also,
Yes.
so that's Sarcasm City podcast every Sunday, 7 p.m. on the Sarcasm City
Yes,
YouTube. It goes
yes.
live. Also, From a Third Eye View live on Pi Radio. So that's Pi Radio every Monday, 7 p.m. That's a Premier League show. We go live 7 till 9 on the Pi Radio YouTube, also on DAB Radio as well. So if you're in the Northwest, retune your DAB radio and you can find it.
Yes. And also regarding the football show as well, is absolutely class. And also huge congratulations on the 1K views on the last video. My brother!
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. That's the Manunited podcast.
Yes,
You're gonna have to get me on as well.
Make sure you check that. Obviously, a pleasure as always. Happy to be on anytime.
Yeah, man, we got you.
Yes, I'd same question to you, my brother. Shout out all your socials, wherever the people can find you. Tell the people what go on.
All right, Twitter at Azil AZILLZ.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitch as well. The return on Friday, coming back with some games. You find me on YouTube, the Real Estate C as well. Get me to 100 subscribers in under a week. That'll be brilliant. And obviously, big up to all of you lads. Really appreciate Usmaan for inviting me on here.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Listen, he's not as good as me on the games, but by all means, go to his Twitch, show him love. show him love on the Twitch, man, and show him love on his social. Like you said, get him to 100 subscribers. It's completely free to go and show love and support the homies, man. I think we've got like 800 subscribers, give or take. So come on, you can at least give him another 20 from us. So come on, boys.
Yes.
Sort it out, lads. Sort it out. And Abby is the TikTok famous dancer.
Still out.
Do your shout
Out
out,
here.
brother.
Usmaan, let's be honest. If you're from Sheffield and you don't know, what have you been doing?
Yes, go on. Abby, go. All right, chill out, relax. This is my neighbor, by the way. So I can hear him. We're watching the
You can hear him.
He can scream.
Yeah,
He
it's
can hear me
mostly
screaming.
him.
He knows we've scored. That 10 seconds prior to it going in. Like the Rashford
Basically.
goal. Oh my God.
So, all right, everything's Abid Kabul. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm at like 800 trying to get a K.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just there. I'm just positive vibes 24/7, innit?
Yes,
Constantly.
positive vibes. Some football content there.
Crossbar challenge. No, Usmaan, you missed it. You know, yesterday the only day.
We'll talk about it off air because I know what you're gonna say. It's gonna be some dead crossbar hit that you hit. Listen, make sure you check him out on TikTok. He's really funny. He hasn't paid me to say that. Oh, he knows what I live, to be fair, and he's about 6'8", so I have to say
5'5".
6'5", sorry. But listen, show love to all the boys. It's completely free. I will put the links down below, so if you've not caught anything what they said, just hit the description, it'll be there. Apart from that, it's been your host, Usmaan Akhtar. As always, a pleasure, and just a bit more positivity. Man City losing to Porto 1-0, so that's always a positive.
Alhamdulillah.
Is it to Porto or Leon? I don't even know who it is. I think it's Porto. Dead team. Manchester's fucking red. Don't at me, you pricks. Anyways.